Hey YouTube, it's Jonathan, and today we are doing an updated skincare routine. I've got a lot of things to talk about because I have quite a complicated routine. It's not necessarily complicated every day, but I don't do exactly the same things every day, and I don't do the same things in the morning that I do at night. I just kind of switch it up, and my skin likes that best. Some people's skin prefers consistency, so the same cleanser morning and night, the same serums, moisturizers, whatever that you use, and some people's skin prefers a more basic, simple routine. Without seeing your specific skin or knowing your specific skin type and being able to kind of test products on it, I can't guarantee that everything that I use is going to work the same way for you. But if you have a similar skin type to me, which we'll go over in a second, some of these products might interest you, so I thought you might be interested on how I get my skin to look like this. My skin type is normal to dry, slightly combination just on the nose and right in the middle of the forehead, and my skin is super sensitive and reactive to super harsh ingredients, so there are certain acids that I can't use or can't use in high doses, and my skin, for whatever reason, just likes variation. So if I do the same exact routine for too many days in a row, my skin gets bored, so I kind of switch it up and do something a little bit different every day, but generally sticking to the same products. When I start trying a new product, I use it consistently for a couple of weeks to make sure my skin really likes it and it doesn't react to it, and then it can kind of work its way into my rotation of products. But I don't like to start trying like 5 or 6 new products at the same time, because then I don't know what's making my skin do something, and that's another story for another time. But let's get into the skincare. So I have cleansed my skin, removed all my makeup from the day, and I'm going to tell you what I use for that. And as I get to products, I'm going to put them on my face right now so you can see them going on and kind of see the texture and consistency of my evening routine, because it is 7:30 p.m. right now and I'm about to put some of these products on my face. But let's start with cleansing and kind of go in order. I've got a few cleansers to talk about, but first I will mention the one that I use to remove my makeup with, and most of the time right now I've been using the Lancome Bifacil Face. This is brand new. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now. This is micellar water on the bottom and an oil makeup remover on the top, so kind of my two favorite ways to remove my makeup. I just shake it up and pour it on a cotton ball, and this was my first cleanse. This is what I use today. It just takes off all the makeup without drying out your skin, and just leaves the skin feeling nice and fresh and ready to either go on with the rest of your skincare, or if you like to double cleanse like I do, you're ready for that. So I've got a couple cleansers to talk about next for my next cleanse, my double cleanse. Most of the time I reach for this. This is my basic kind of everyday cleanser. This is the Roche-Posay Tellurian Hydrating Gentle Cleanser, and this is super great. It's like a bulk size. You get a ton of product in here. It's great for sensitive skin for everyday cleansing. Like I said, this is what I reach for most of the time, especially when I'm feeling super sensitive, which is always, and especially in the morning. I always use this as my morning cleanse no matter what. If I'm feeling like I want a deep purifier, I don't do a lot of foaming anything. I'm not a big fan of foaming things because they tend to dry out my skin, but if I feel like I really need to get deep in there and really cleanse with something foamy, I reach for the Bare Minerals Pure Plush Cleanser. This is like a cream to foam, and it gets like micro foamy. It's not big sudsy bubbles, it's like little plush, like they call it, deep cleansing little foaminess. And I use this solely with my Clarisonic, and I use a Mia Fit. I never really use this with my hands. I think that if I really want to deep cleanse, I might as well really deep cleanse. So I use that with my Clarisonic on the gentle setting, and I use the Radiance brush head, which is the standard brush head that comes with the new Clarisonics. Again, I only really use that if I wore a ton of makeup one day, or if I, you know, just was outside and sweaty and gross and just really need to deep cleanse. Typically only about once to twice a week will I use that cleanser and the Clarisonic. If I'm doing my facial massage, which if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I'm really into facial massage because it helps to keep the skin nice and firm and cute and blood flow going and not puffy and all sorts of things. There's tons of benefits to facial massage. I did a whole video on it. I will try to remember to link in a card for you up here. But when I'm wanting to massage my face, I need something a little bit more emollient, creamy, something that's gonna kind of melt into an oil so I can really get a lot of slip and a lot of playtime. And for that, I reach for the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Rich Cream Cleanser. This almost reminds me of cold cream in the way that it is creamy. It just kind of melts. You can use this to break down makeup as well. It kind of melts down into almost like an oil texture and just kind of gives a lot of slip and playtime for working on the skin. It also smells really great. I haven't tried this as my everyday all the time cleanser. I think it might be better for the winter time to be an all the time cleanser because it is really heavy and it does leave behind like a balm cleanser kind of feel on the skin, which I really like in the winter time. And then when I want to exfoliate, again, something I don't do every single day, but sometimes 2-3 times a week right before I shave or before I do a mask, I will use the Tata Harper, and this is the Regenerating Cleanser. This smells awesome. Again, it's not foamy because I don't like a lot of foam, but it does have the little particles in there to help exfoliate the skin. I sort of switch up my exfoliator often. I don't really ever get the same one twice. This one I did get sent, and I mean, I feel like I use it all the time, and I use a lot when I use it. I use like 5 pumps, and I feel like it's going not quickly. It doesn't leave my skin red or like I overdid it like some really harsh scrubs can do, because again, I have more sensitive skin. Next is toner. Toner is one of those things I usually only have one at a time of, and that right now for me is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea, and this I need to put on my face now. And I usually just do, I usually don't talk afterwards. Whew. I usually just do 4, 5, 6, however many sprays I want, just to kind of refresh my skin, add a little bit of moisture after cleansing before going on with my serums. I have 3 different serums that I'm kind of rotating between right now. One is something I've just been trying for a couple of days, and this is the Bare Minerals Skin Longevity. It's really just meant to be replenishing on the skin, and I really like using serums because I feel like they help draw my moisturizer deeper into my skin. And this is the one I'm going to use today. They recommend using 2 pumps and applying it to your entire face and neck. When I'm having an extra dry day or I just want an extra pick-me-up to my skin, I've been using the Clarins Double Serum, and this is the new formulation. They've taken out the mineral oil and repackaged it a little bit. I had an advanced sample of this, so I don't know if the new formulation is on shelves yet, but I've really been liking this. I feel like when I use this, especially at night, I wake up and my skin just looks a little bit more, if you know what I mean. It just peps up my skin a little bit. It has sort of a serum and an oil built in together, so again, if I'm trying to skip steps in my routine and I don't want to use a separate oil, I'll use that one just to, again, give my skin more The last one I use only occasionally and only when I'm having a breakout, and again, it's a Bare Minerals. This is the Blemish Remedy Acne Clearing Treatment Serum. I don't use this very often, but if I have the odd breakout, or sometimes I'll even use it as like a spot treatment if I have one bigger blemish, or even just on an area if I'm having a specific breakout. Again, not something I reach for all the time, but it's very effective and useful when I need it, and it's not drying, which I really like. I only really have one oil that I am in love with and using regularly right now, and that is the Tarte Maracuja oil. I just finished up my daily replenishing oil from Dermalogica, which I really liked. I've been trying out the Luna oil from Sunday Riley, but I think it was a little bit too much for my skin. I think it was causing me to react a little bit, so I've been sticking to this one solely for the last few weeks, and I just use 4 drops of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Warm it up between my palms and just press it into my skin after serum. If you've never tried an oil, I think oil is one of the best things that you can do for almost any skin type, especially oily. We want to fight fire with fire, fight oil with oil. It's also really great for replenishing super dry skin, damaged skin, sensitive skin. You just want to find the right oil for your skin. So certain oils are going to be heavier, more rich and dense, and they're going to be better for your dry skin types, and some oils are more like a dry oil and lightweight and better for an oily skin type. This one I think falls in the middle. I think it's perfect for a drier skin or a more oily skin. I believe this one has a bit of vitamin C in it, but not a super ton, because I can't use a lot of vitamin C or it'll actually make my skin break out, because my skin is super sensitive to vitamin C. So I like that I can get some vitamin C onto my skin without causing reaction. Next are eye creams. I have one that I use at night and one that I use in the day. I used to use this one. This is the Lancome Visionnaire Yo Eye Balm, and I used to use it morning and night, but I have a new one and I wanted to use it too, so I use this one at night because it's a little bit more creamy, a little bit more hydrating, and I use this one in the daytime because it really helps to prep for makeup. I'll use the one that I use for night right now. This is the Algenist Complete Eye Renewal Balm, and this one is supposed to help with fine lines around the eyes, darkness, which is my big thing, hydration, obviously, and then puffiness, but I don't really have puffiness, mostly just darkness and dehydration. So I just apply that right into the inner, and then press around, and then up onto the brow bone, Both of these eye creams you can use up and around the brow bone area, which I think is important for an eye cream. I mean, we age all the way around the eye, not just underneath, so. And I get really dark into the inner circle, so, or into the inner corner, so I just make sure to really press that into here. And again, I like to use the Lancome one in the morning because it has almost a primer feel to it, so it just smooths out the under eye, so when you apply your concealer, it looks completely flawless. Next step is moisturizing the skin, finally. This is the Lancome Hydrating Moisturizer. This is labeled as Anti-Stress Moisturizing Cream, and when I read that on the website, I just boom, right into the shopping cart. I feel like my skin has been stressed out for the past couple of weeks, just kind of to change in the season and all sorts of things were going on, so I just wanted something to help calm my skin, and this has like just the most light, fresh, zen scent to it, and I've been using it a lot, I'm not gonna lie. I put this on a couple times a day. I have been obsessed with this, and this has been the only moisturizer I've used on my skin for the last 3 weeks, and I'm pretty obsessed with it. It's just rich and emollient, but not heavy. I don't feel like I have on 5 pounds of moisturizer, especially in the hot summer sun. I do feel like it really sinks into the skin, and it's just a great way to cap off all of that other skincare underneath. So I just take about this much, I don't know, a finger dip worth, and spread it between my 4 fingers, my 8 fingers, these ones, not my thumbs, and just kind of warm it up a little bit and press, 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 and then just blend it into my skin, kind of working upwards because we don't want to help gravity, we don't fight gravity. Not that I'm, you know, super there yet, but just get in the habit now while you're young. And this, oh my god, like, it really does smell like stress relief. It smells so good. So just blend that into the skin. So for the morning time only, my next step would be SPF, and that is, for me, the SkinCeuticals Sheer Physical UV Defense Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50. Such a long name. I really like this. I am super picky and super sensitive to sunscreens. I can't use most of the chemical sunscreens, but some of them are fine, but most of them just cause me to have under the skin breakouts, especially around this area on my face, and just raised texture, and they just do icky things to my skin. So I stick to, when I can, only physical sunscreens or mineral sunscreens, and that is what this is, and it's an SPF 50. It doesn't leave a white cast on me, but I'm very fair, so if you have darker skin and you're not sensitive to chemical sunscreens, you're gonna get less white cast from a chemical sunscreen than you will a physical, just because it's a physical layer. But definitely try it out, and if you're wearing foundation, the white cast shouldn't show through the foundation, so don't worry too much about it. You just want to make sure you're protecting your skin, and everyone needs to be protecting their skin, no matter how dark your skin is and how resistant to the sun you think you are. Your skin is still absorbing UVA and UVB rays. UVB rays are the ones that are that instant burning damage, and UVA rays are the long-term effects, dark sunspots, and wrinkles. So you really want to be making sure you're using something that protects you from both. And even if you're not outside for hours, you're still getting it from your windows while you're in the car, when you're walking in your driveway to get to the car. All sorts of outside light is getting on your skin that you're not even thinking about. So just protect your skin. At least 30 every day is important. 15 is fine if that's what you're willing to use. 50 if you can find it. But again, 30 I think is the magic number for a regular day. And then I kind of forgot to throw these in there, but I have a couple of masks to talk about. I go through masks and I try different ones, and sometimes I repurchase, but I really kind of like to try different things when it comes to masks. And I like masks that do different things. So I have a resurfacing exfoliating mask and a clarifying mask. These are both from Tata Harper, and I would throw these in after my cleansing steps, but before my toners, serums, all of that. I love the resurfacing mask. It's instant glow. It's got like an enzyme-based chemical exfoliant in it just to kind of eat away at dead skin cells. And then the clarifying, I again only use when I'm having blemishy skin or just want to kind of clear up a particular area. So I had a breakout up here recently and over here recently, and I would just kind of throw that on for 15 minutes after my shower or whatever. And yeah, and I typically only mask at night because obviously I've got more time at night than I do in the day. And that is my complicated, many-stepped skincare routine. I hope that you all enjoyed this. I hope that you all learned something. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments box below about the products or about your skin or anything like that. All the products that I used, I will try to link them all in the description box for you so that you can check them out, as well as all my socials, so you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, all of that. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!